Well, they finally did it. Finally fucking did it. Got news yesterday, as in March 31st, and then more news, concrete news today, April 1st. Probably just so we know that it's not an April Fool's joke. If it was, it'd be a pretty fucking elaborate one. But it seems to be the DC Icons line is on its way out. I got a thorough article about it from Toy News International, or TNI, which I've briefly talked about a couple episodes ago. So the link to the article is in the description on this video, so you can watch the guy talk about it or read about it yourself if you so desire. The newest toys that were coming up, the second newest wave. The newest wave was some 2-packs and stuff, like Doomsday and Superman and what have you, and a Robin and something else. They were announced at Toy Fair, and those are still, I guess, coming out. But so then you got the new ones, which were going to be Sinestro and that demon dude that's in that new DC movie with the Justice League Dark shit, and a couple others I can't remember. I think Batgirl. Catwoman. Batgirl's already out with the fucking what do you call it? Motorcycle. Anyway, so Catwoman, Sinestro, and the demon dude, and there's 2 other ones that looks like it's going to be canceled. So we all know what that means. That means it's on its way out, which sucks, because it's really good. It's a really good toy line. It's not, the best, and the scale is, I guess, kind of shit. And in my opinion, it's probably the reason that it's kind of went out, because it's like 5 point something. It's not exactly like a Marvel Legend or the old what would make sense more, the old DC Universe Classics from Mattel. Now it's not made from Mattel. The DC Icons line is made from DC Collectibles, which does all the other, like the Grey Capullo lines that have been around. So if you collect the DC toys, you know exactly what differentiates what. But it just still sucks, because it was great quality, and they're releasing some new takes on the toys, and the accessories were insane, and they had accessory packs and what have you. But it's cool. I liked it. So this episode I wanted to dedicate to the only actually 2 that I have, which is probably an indication as to why I failed, because I only have the 2, as opposed to, I think there's like 15 that are already out now. But you can't. I mean, I won't get over it. I mean, it's $18 on Amazon for Black Adam, or $28 in the comic shop. And as much as I love supporting the small businesses, I gotta profit, I guess, a little bit as well. I know it's not profiting off it. That's not the word I'm looking for, but it's just, I don't know. I don't want to spend too much money on a toy. You know what I mean? And we've all been there. I guess I'm kind of getting to where it's at right now. This is why the line is failing, is because of people like me that don't want to spend too much, and I'm going to go on fucking Amazon instead. And it sucks, but that's kind of where the world's at. So what can I tell you? Here, like I said, I only got 2 of them. The first one I got, and I always had my eye on it, was the Green Arrow, which I love Green Arrow. I don't watch the show too much anymore, but I've always stuck with the show as much as I could. I don't watch it anymore because I don't torrent, and I didn't have cable at the time, and I was very far behind. And the CW app is fucking horrible. So, but moving on. Here is the Green Lantern toy in all of its might. I love it. There's actual string on the bow. The bow is very simplistic. His arrows are all individual. They're not, into the quiver, like the other one is. The other one is. I don't have the other one. I guess I sold it and I totally forgot. But as you can see, I mean, you can see it there. There's 2 together. and then one, and then two again, and then one again. It's very cool. I love it. And it's great articulation. I don't care that he's smaller. As long as you're not putting him up with some other stuff, you should be fine. That can actually come down. I wish it was made of cloth, but you know, for a $25 toy, you can't ask for much. But I mean, come on, look at this thing. This thing is solid compared to other ones. This is, we'll go with this one, the White Lantern, Green Arrow, or Green Lantern. You can see the scale. They're kind of, I got it held by the feet, so you can see it's a little bit, you know, over them. So I guess the scale is the thing, but I don't know. I still love them. I love the toys so much. The other one I got was the Blue Beetle. I always had my eye on this just because of some friends of mine from playing the old DC card game, the DC deck builder game. Blue Beetle was always like an inside joke to us, so it's always cool to have it. But I mean, they are fragile, which might be another indication as to why it failed. Like his hand broke off when I was messing with it. I always take them out of the package, you know, and like mess around with the articulation and make sure all the joints are good. And there's, I mean, his hand is broken off, as you can see right there, and there. And I had glued it, and even just now, by just messing with it, it broke off again. So, you know, he comes with a bunch of different hand accessories, so maybe that's why they made it a little more fragile, because the Green Arrow one was perfectly fine. And I'm assuming the other ones are good too. But even by moving around, this Green Arrow one, I feel like it's gonna break. So you could say that it's the molding that's bad, and that was the downfall of it, or it was because they're not selling in their peg warmers at comic shops, and the comic shops aren't going to buy them anymore, and then the manufacturer decides to not put them out anymore, and so they start canceling lines, and then it moves on from there, and so on and so forth, and it's a domino effect, and then eventually cancels the entire line altogether. Or you could say it's pieces of shit like me that are going to go to a comic shop and not going to pay their upscale prices, and then instead of going to try to get it on Amazon, and they're not going to release it straight to Amazon, and it's never going to be in a Toys R Us or Target or Walmart or anything like that. So then it just eventually goes down. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, I'm sorry, DC Collectibles, for failing you. I did not buy the $100 Darkseid toy as I exclaimed that I would, or the Batgirl with the bike, or the Black Adam, which I always wanted to, or the Joker. I always walked in, and I have seen you, and I've held the box in my hand, and I still never got it. I only ever bought these two, and then I instead went and bought hundreds of dollars worth of bullshit Marvel toys of characters that I don't even know. So that is my dedication and my eulogy to your line. So I am sorry again, DC Icons, for not being the hero that you needed. That's it. I'm done. Sad.